ਅਮਰੀਕੀ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਰਿਜ਼ਰਵ ਨੇ 1994 ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿਆਜ ਦਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ 0.75% ਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਵਾਧਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ 28 ਸਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਕੇਂਦਰੀ ਬੈਂਕ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵਿਆਜ ਦਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਵਾਧਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਫੈਡਰਲ ਰਿਜ਼ਰਵ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਮਹਿੰਗਾਈ ਤੇ ਕਾਬੂ ਪਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਿੰਗਾਈ 40 ਸਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਚੇ ਪੱਧਰ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਈ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਮਈ ਦੇ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਵਿੱਚ 8.6% ਰਹੀ ਹੈ।
We at the Fed understand the hardship that high inflation is causing. We're strongly committed to bringing inflation back down, and we're moving expeditiously to do so. We have both the tools we need and the resolve that it will take to restore price stability on behalf of American families and businesses. The economy and the country have been through a lot over the past 2.5 years and have proved resilient. It is essential that we bring inflation down if we are to have a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all. From the standpoint of our congressional mandate to promote maximum employment and price stability, the current picture is plain to see. The labor market is extremely tight, and inflation is much too high. Against this backdrop, today the Federal Open Market Committee raised its policy interest rate by 0.75 percentage point and anticipates that ongoing increases in that rate will be appropriate. In addition, we are continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet. I'll have more to say about today's monetary policy actions after briefly reviewing economic developments. Overall economic activity edged down in the first quarter as unusually sharp swings in inventories and net exports more than offset continued strong underlying demand. Recent indicators suggest that real GDP growth has picked up this quarter, with consumption spending remaining strong. In contrast, growth in business fixed investment appears to be slowing, and activity in the housing sector looks to be softening, in part reflecting higher mortgage rates. The tightening in financial conditions that we've seen in recent months should continue to temper growth and help bring demand into better balance with supply. As shown in our summary of economic projections, FOMC participants have marked down their projections for economic activity, with the median projection for real GDP growth running below 2% through 2024. The labor market has remained extremely tight, with the unemployment rate near a 50-year low, job vacancies at historical highs, and wage growth elevated. Over the past 3 months, employment rose by an average of 408,000 jobs per month, down from the average pace seen earlier in the year, but still robust. Improvements in labor market conditions have been widespread, including for workers at the lower end of the wage distribution, as well as for African Americans and Hispanics. Labor demand is very strong, while labor supply remains subdued, with the labor force participation rate little changed since January. FOMC participants expect supply and demand conditions in the labor market to come into better balance, easing the upward pressures on wages and prices. The median projection in the SEP for the unemployment rate rises somewhat over the next few years, moving from 3.7% at the end of this year to 4.1% in 2024, levels that are noticeably above the March projection.